Samsung has finally lifted the curtain on the Galaxy Z Fold 7, and while it may look familiar at first glance, don't be fooled. There are some game-changing upgrades packed inside. This is the foldable we've been waiting for, and Samsung has finally tackled some of the biggest complaints users had about previous generations. But of course, there are still a few areas where they're holding back, and some choices may leave fans wanting more. Let's start with the most exciting part, the display. Samsung has gradually been tweaking the dimensions of its foldables, and with the Z Fold 7, they've made a major leap. This device is now the widest Z Fold ever, 11 millimeters wider than the Fold 6. That means the outer screen finally feels more like a regular smartphone, eliminating the narrow aspect ratio that users disliked. At the same time, the inner display has expanded to a massive 8.2-inch, making it the largest book-style foldable on the market, surpassing even the Oppo Find N5's 8.1-inch panel. The cover screen also gets a size boost, now measuring 6.5 inches, making multitasking and everyday use significantly more seamless and comfortable. But it's not just about the size. Samsung has worked hard to refine the device's overall design. When unfolded, the Fold 7 is an astonishingly thin 4.5 millimeters, making it one of the slimmest foldables ever created. When folded, it measures just 9.5 millimeters, which is a major shift from previous models. This design tweak makes it far more pocketable, improving portability while still delivering a large screen experience when needed. Now, how did Samsung manage to make it this thin? The secret lies in a newly engineered hinge, which not only reduces bulk but also minimizes the crease on the inner display. The redesigned hinge is smoother, sturdier, and more durable, ensuring that the folding mechanism will hold up better over time. Additionally, Samsung has refined the flexible glass, making it thinner and stronger than before. However, there is a trade-off. The digitizer has been removed, meaning the S Pen now requires its own power source. That's right, the new S Pen has to be charged separately. While the stylus is slightly thicker to accommodate this change, Samsung still didn't include an S Pen slot in the device itself, meaning you'll have to carry it separately. It's not a deal breaker, but it is a small inconvenience for users who rely on the stylus for productivity. But let's talk about the real star of the show, the cameras. For years, Samsung's foldables lagged behind their flagship S series in camera performance. The Z Fold 7 finally gets a significant camera upgrade, featuring a 200-megapixel main sensor borrowed straight from the S25 Ultra. That's a massive leap in image quality, ensuring sharper photos and improved low-light performance. However, despite these improvements, Samsung still decided to skip the periscope zoom lens, opting instead for a 3x telephoto sensor. While this lens is decent, it doesn't match the zoom capabilities of some of Samsung's other flagship devices. Meanwhile, the under-display camera on the inner screen remains, despite mixed opinions from users. It makes for a seamless display experience, but at just 4 MP, don't expect a dramatic leap in quality. Samsung seems to be prioritizing aesthetics over performance in this area, and while the technology is improving, it's still not at the level of standard selfie cameras. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, battery life. Despite the larger displays and thinner design, Samsung has kept the same 4,400 mAh battery capacity. Logically, you'd expect a bigger battery to accommodate the increased power consumption, but Samsung decided otherwise. That being said, with the more efficient Snapdragon 8 Elite chipset and optimized display technology, battery performance should at least match, if not slightly exceed, that of the Z Fold 6. We've seen before that smaller batteries can sometimes outperform larger ones through software optimizations, and Samsung might be banking on that here. However, it would have been great to see Samsung finally embrace silicon carbon battery technology to pack in more capacity without increasing thickness. This remains one of the biggest areas for improvement in future models. One of the lesser talked about but crucial aspects of the Z Fold 7 is its improved durability. Samsung has reinforced the hinge, making it more resistant to dust and debris, and the device now carries an improved IP68 rating for water resistance. While foldables still have a long way to go in terms of ruggedness, this upgrade ensures that the Fold 7 will hold up better in real-world conditions compared to previous iterations. Samsung has also improved the screen's scratch resistance, reducing the chances of wear and tear over time. Overall, the Galaxy Z Fold 7 is shaping up to be one of Samsung's most refined foldables yet. With a wider and larger display, a sleeker and thinner design, a long-awaited camera boost, and improved durability, it feels like Samsung is finally delivering what fans have been asking for. Of course, it's not perfect, the battery situation could have been better, and that periscope zoom lens is still missing, but if you've been waiting for a foldable that gets closer to the ultimate dream device, the Z Fold 7 might just be it. And if this isn't exciting enough for you, Samsung has something even bigger in the works, a tri-fold foldable set to launch later this year. With even more ambitious design changes on the horizon, the future of foldables is looking more promising than ever. Stay tuned for all the details, and I'll see you in the next one.